Hello and welcome to my little tutorial on how to use Google Forms. Google Forms are a really effective way of, a really useful tool for online teaching, because one of the big advantages is you can receive the work from the students. At the end of the form, the students press submit and the work that they've done goes straight to your account, which means that you can check the work that they've done. So that's really why it's so effective. So I'll start from the beginning. So the first thing you need is a Google Drive account, a Google Drive. So if you don't know how to get that, that's absolutely fine. Just go to YouTube and just type how to get Google Drive, and there's a few little videos to explain how to get Google Drive and all that kind of stuff. Okay, so once you've got the Google Drive account, okay, you need to go into the account. All right, I'll go into my teaching one, and from there, okay, depending on how you organize everything, you can click on New and then go to More and then Google Forms, and there it is. So click on New, go to More, Google Forms, click on that, and there you go. You're on Google Forms. All right, okay. So you can put your title of the lesson up here. So I'll just put practice lesson, okay, for now. And obviously with Google Forms, you can teach anything really, anything where a student can put input in. So I teach ESOL. Right now I'm teaching lower level ESOL, and so it's been really helpful just because of the different tools that you can use within Google Forms, and it keeps it very very simple. And the great thing as well is you can send a link to the students and they can access it on their phone, and they can do the lesson on the phone. So even if they have limited resources, as long as they have some kind of device with an internet connection, then they should be able to access the lesson. Okay, so practice lesson. Okay, and there we go, we've started. Now all we have to do is put the lesson. Okay, so there are different ways to make the form. Okay, so you can start by adding a question. Okay, but obviously if you want to explain things, there are different ways you can do that. So you can add text. Okay, oh, there you go. Let's put that text here. All right, okay, so you can start by explaining what the lesson's about. Okay. Okay, or you can even add an image. Okay, and then you can upload that image. Okay, so sometimes what I've done, and I'll show you here, sometimes what I've done is I've taken pictures and I've stored it on my laptop and I've uploaded the image, or I've even taken pictures, I've even done a slide, taken a picture of it, and then uploaded it from my computer. Okay, so you can just put your slides that you've already pre-done lessons, you can take pictures of those slides, screenshots. And if you don't know how to do that, if you don't know how to screenshot, then just how to screenshot on PC or on Mac. Okay, you can just YouTube it and find out. Okay, yeah, and so you can just upload any image you want to help you explain things. Okay, or you can even search for it through Google Images. So I'll search Blackboard. Okay, and click that, insert, and voila. Okay, there's my image. Okay, so you can upload anything to explain things or to make things interactive. Okay, so you have text for explanations, you have pictures for text for explanations. You can also include YouTube videos. Okay, so I'll just show you. So on the side here is where you input your things. Okay, so add a video, and I'll say, I don't know, what do we want to learn about today? Let's learn about the whole of YouTube, and we can learn about anything. The difference between past simple and past progressive. There you go, I've got all those, okay, that I could use. Okay, or I could even just go onto YouTube and let's say I'm teaching people how to use Google Drive. I can just copy and paste the web link into the bar, and it'll find the one I'm looking for. I just click on that, select it, and it's inputted. if that's a word, inputted, yeah. And then the students can play that, or you can play that on the sheet, and that can offer explanation. So in terms of interaction, in terms of getting the students to interact, getting the students' feedback. Okay, you can add questions. Okay, you do that by this little plus button up here. Okay, so I want to ask a question. There are different types of questions that you can ask. So you can have a short answer, a paragraph, multiple choice, check boxes, drop down. Okay, multiple choice grid, date, time. So you can kind of mold it to how you want. Okay, and so say if I was going to do a review of Google Drive, I could ask a very open-ended question depending on the level of class. So the question could be, what are 4 things that you learned? Okay, and make it a paragraph, so they can ask a long answered text. Okay, or I can make it multiple choice and ask like, what website do you need to use? And look at that, it can even kind of determine what kind of text you're looking for, and so it makes sure that the answer needs to be an URL or text, or you can just remove that. Okay, I want to make this multiple choice, so I'm just gonna Google Drive, Google Images, MSN, Yahoo. Okay, all right. And so for lower level students where it's just about reading and understanding information, then you can scaffold things and provide different options. So you can provide scaffolding, you can make things more challenging as well. If you wanted a different kind of input, then you could provide a link as well. So if I were to add some text, okay, and I said upload, say I gave them a challenge to take a picture and upload it. Okay, so after the lesson, you upload your picture to this link. And this is where I can use different tools. So I can, I've got my Padlet there. So I could just copy and paste that and put it in this little box there, and they can click on that link there. Okay. Yeah, so lots of different things that you can use. The basic things though are adding questions. You can even import questions as well. So once you've done a few lessons, if you want to review, then these are all the lessons that I have, and I can just click on the lesson that I want to import questions from, and then I could import any of these questions here. So it's great for reviewing, okay, because the work's already done, and you can just import it, and you can even import whole sections. So let's take a look at this, future tense. See where it comes from. Here we go. So I've just imported all these questions here and all this explanation here, and it comes in a section. So future simple, and it's got all the questions as well. Okay, and sometimes as well, what I do with the class Instagram page, because the challenge is you can't hear them talking, which is important for languages, so I get them to send me voice notes on Instagram as well, and I give them a reminder here to do that after the lesson. So there's all those kind of things as well you can play around. There are restrictions, don't get me wrong, but with a bit of imagination you can overcome most things. Another thing I should mention as well is you can teach in different sections. So I could add a different section here. So just again to the right, click on the add section button at the bottom, and I could say lesson part 2, how to use YouTube, okay, or something like that, or how to use Instagram when teaching, all those kind of things. And yeah, and so what I'll do now, okay, is that I'll show you a lesson that I made earlier, very Blue Peter style, okay. And this one's about transport. So I've got all these images again. I've got all these images again just for scaffolding, and then provide the activity. Okay, so this is where they have to match the letters with the number. So I make sure I give them an example. and they have a long answer text. Okay. All these things here. Unscramble the sentences. So just you could be as creative as you can be on a blackboard, on a whiteboard, really. Again, destinations, explanations, different multiple choice, different things they can do. I've got a YouTube video here and a transcript as well. A YouTube video again, and then they have to pick the answers based on what they heard. Again, all these different things. I've also uploaded a video that I made myself of how to use the Train app. And so if you want to upload your own video, then you'll have to upload that to a YouTube account. And if you want to know how to do that, then that's right, just guess it. How to upload video to YouTube. There you go. And there's a bunch of videos there that'll explain that all for you. Okay. And that's really it. And what I should say, sorry, is that the response, oh, sorry, this is the wrong lesson. So this is where you can view the responses. And so you can see it as a group, or you can see it as individual. And so just skip past the name. Oh, I don't think this, there you go. So they drive a car, I go to college by bus, I go to shop by foot. Okay, you can see their answers here. Okay, and then you can give feedback either via email or whatever communication you're using. Yes, and so you've got all these answers here as well. Yeah, and so you just go on to the individual responses to view their responses. And that is about it. Great. Okay, well, I wish you best of luck. There's plenty of YouTube tutorials out there for how to use Google Forms. So if you're ever stuck, then YouTube is a great resource for you. I wish you all the best, and I'll see you around. Bye.